We would be honored if you would join us.
What is everybody? Welcome back to Bonus Points episode 86. I'm one of your hosts for today, Roger McCourtney, also known as @RogerFormer on the internet. And today, I am joined with the greatest co-host a man could ever ask for. The one, the only, @Caleb_talks on the internet, Caleb Safhamo. Caleb, how are you doing today?
What's gotten into
Great.
What's gotten into you?
Glad you're doing okay. The episode 86, you know what they say, the dirty 86, am I right?
You alright, man?
No.
No? What's up with
Nah,
you?
there's a guy behind me with a gun. I mean, with
Roger, is everything alright?
No, yes, I am all right.
Is he telling
No,
you to
there's
say
no he.
this?
There's no he.
I can't see your video. I'd tell you to blink twice if you're being held captive.
Twice in a row, or just twice in general? Because I can't keep my eyes open this long.
Twice in succession, rapid succession.
Well, I am totally not doing that right now. This is just how my eyes normally blink.
Okay. I'm just gonna call the
what? The what?
The Papa John's.
Okay, that's a meme.
I want a pizza. After
Okay,
this.
never mind. That's a meme. We're not going into that. That's a meme.
That's not a meme.
That's a meme now.
Boneless?
That's a meme. I don't understand. I understand it. I don't know if I'm into it.
It's tiring.
It's the deep fried memes, and I think they're done right now. Like, I'm done with them already. Like, it was funny for like 3 seconds, and I'm done with them.
Yeah.
Like, wow, you put a compressor on your photo, and you put some funny text on it. I'm done with this.
Good.
I mean, the one with the shotgun is pretty good. That's the one
That
with
one's
the deepest lore, whatever, that good tweet. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was solid. If you don't know what we're talking about, we're showing it right here. I should write time codes, because I literally didn't edit last episode. I just put it together, and I did not do anything else.
Nice.
Because I refused to, because I was like, I didn't not put time codes. We'll figure it out, Caleb.
Now you're thinking with your mind.
Yeah. Usually think with something else, if you know what I mean, Caleb, right? If you know what I mean, yeah. Penis.
I'm too young and innocent.
Caleb.
Yes, Roger.
What are we doing with this podcast? What is this podcast?
Well, this podcast is Bonus Points. It's a weekly show. Mm-hmm. We try to be. We're two young teenagers from across the country, across the globe if you go the opposite way.
Yes, sure.
Come together to talk about all things entertainment, pop culture. Nah. We probably talk about rap just as much as we do video games now.
I talk about that. I talk about rap more in my personal life than I talk about video games ever.
Yeah. So.
All right.
I'm fine with that. There's a debate in my mind, constantly raging.
Yeah.
Between which is stupider, rap or video games.
Rap for sure. 100%.
You'd think so, but then like you just get like video games are really dumb sometimes.
Sure. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Video games are dumb sometimes. Yeah. You do dumb things. Yeah. But that's built into like. I mean, I guess they're maybe equally stupid. I mean, which is stupider, Caleb?
See,
right? No, wait. Listen to me.
It's tough.
Listen to me, Caleb. What is stupider? Okay. The idea that maybe if you can jump up a mountain and you can jump off a mountain without dying, or racism and misogyny.
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So I they're totally different things, but I put my bets on misogyny being a little bit stupider.
Yeah.
I mean, like I would rather have a world that I live in where people can, walk up mountains like off like completely 90-degree angles.
Yeah.
Than, hating women, calling them bitches all the time. So I don't know, Caleb. I don't know. Now, who looks like the idiot, huh? Now you look like you have egg on your face. You misogynistic pig.
Jesus, Roger.
Caleb, I'm sorry. Did you send that video to your friend?
Como?
What?
No, I didn't. You. Yes.
I was gonna put that as the cold open where you got pissed off at me, but I didn't.
That was hilarious.
That was really good.
That was like the funniest thing ever.
That was really good. Yeah, I was proud of myself. I knew you were actually mad at me, but we'll figure it out.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite bonus points moments.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine is when you fell off your chair.
I knew you were gonna say that.
When you fell off your chair, that was really good. I reacted. I didn't react as like now looking back. I think it's funnier than how I actually reacted to it for some reason, which is weird.
Well, the funny thing was you were like lean over.
Yeah. Lean over.
Keep leaning. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Caleb, what's our first news item?
Our first news item.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start with some San Diego Comic-Con. Oh no! We have some big bonus points news.
Big bonus points news. BBN. BPN. Yep. No, BBN.
Yeah.
BPN.
Yes, Roger.
All right, cool.
Yes. You finally got it.
I got him.
Bonus points is now available on iTunes. If you relatively follow the podcast, you probably already know this.
Yeah.
But since we last recorded it, I don't think it was officially on iTunes last week or last episode. So, yeah, that made me really happy. Yeah, that's a goal we've had for forever at this point.
Yeah, it's something that we've had literally since the first episode, and we're finally getting it done. So that's good.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, so episodes will update regularly as soon as we record them, and they're available to everybody else. They will be available on iTunes.
For a paid price.
Nope.
Oh.
Because we're good boys.
Sure.
We don't have enough fans to make them pay.
Or why would we, Caleb, you jerk?
I mean,
is that what you want to?
But like, no, you brought it up.
I didn't.
What more do you want from me?
I just merely suggesting.
We have some San Diego Comic-Con trailers though. Which one do you want to start?
You just
with?
start for the
good ones or the bad ones?
Hey, how about you start from the top, you asshole?
Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, God damn it.
Had a trailer that premiered at San Diego Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. And, man, that movie is starting to look real good.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one for the first time ever. I hate Thor movies, like, just the idea of them.
I love the first Thor.
Really?
I've never seen it. The first Thor is good.
I don't like the idea
Thor
of them, though.
Sucks.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, something about it just, like, always rubs me the wrong way, the way they look. Like, I don't know, it just looks boring.
Yeah, that's fair.
But this one looks fun. Like, it looks fun. Looks exciting, colorful, very retro. I like it. I'm into it. I like how they're dealing with different planets, all these different characters. They have, who is she in? She's, is she in, no, is she in Dope? Who am I thinking?
Oh, yes.
Is? Okay, she was.
There's a girl, in that movie from Dope.
Yeah, okay, cool. She looks very similar to the woman in Dope. So, I figured, which I love her. We talked about her in, I think, the live-action bonus points episode.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of those actors from Dope are doing a lot of things.
Yeah, they're really good. Two of them are in the MCU already.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Tony Reverio. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
No,
I don't remember it off
three
the
of
top
them?
of my head.
I forgot the cast of Dope already.
But that guy's also in Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thor Ragnarok looks great. Mm-hmm. It looks like a just purely fun movie. Mm-hmm. It looks heavily inspired by Guardians of the Galaxy, but even more so, off the walls and bonkers. Super colorful, super retro. Mm-hmm. This is the perfect place for Jeff Goldblum to be at the MCU.
Yeah.
I couldn't have I am so happy he's in that movie. I'm happy we have Thor, or I'm happy we have Hulk back.
That's good.
It seems like the relationship between him and Thor is going to be real cool. Yeah, that movie is looking fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited to see it. What was I gonna say? Shit. I'm excited to see Jeff Goldblum for some reason. That's what I'm most excited about. Is he a villain?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know the character he's playing. I don't know Marvel Comics as well.
Yeah. Okay, so here's another thing. Keith Stanfield, who is in Atlanta. I'm sorry, I was looking at the dope cast because I was just like, I forget how many people are in this that are like really amazing.
A$AP
Rocky, like no, like there's a lot of people in here, and
I love his role in that movie.
Keith Stanfield, who played I forget the guy's name already in Atlanta.
Forrest Whitaker's in it?
Yeah, Forrest Whitaker's in this movie apparently. Who played what's the guy's name in Atlanta? I'm going crazy.
I don't know. I don't remember any of the characters' names.
No, like, but you know who I'm talking about though. The what's it called? The rapper's best friend. Shit.
No idea.
Wow. Okay, never mind then. Moving
on. Wait, the guy that lived at the mansion, the music producer guy.
Was that him? Was that what he played? I totally forgot. Dope.
I don't know. What's the guy's name?
Keith Stanfield.
Oh no, yeah, he was the friend of the drug addict.
Really?
Or the drug dealer.
I totally forgot he was in this movie. He's in a lot of movies too. He was in Straight Outta Compton. He's in Death Note.
Dang.
He's playing L.
Oh yeah.
That's dope.
I didn't know he was the one playing L. I saw that there was a man of color playing L.
No, that's him.
Super cool.
That's awesome. I think he's a great actor. That's awesome.
That's dope.
And he's also in a big role apparently in Get Out, which is nice. That's dope.
That's super cool. I've yet to see that movie, but
me neither.
Yeah. Thor Ragnarok looks great. Cast of Dope is great. You know what isn't great?
What?
Bright. That movie looks like straight trash.
Bright looks like trash.
So this is the movie from Max Landis where it's like a fantasy world, like fantasy mixed with reality. You've got orcs living in like the LA or whatever. And like they're on the police force and the human police force is teaming up with orc police force or something.
Yeah, like it's very much Zootopia. Like, oh, you're with that bunny. Oh no, now you're with this orc. Yeah. Like that's pretty much the idea that like the regular what's it called? Police department is now finally accepting orcs or whatever, and he's like the first orc person.
Yeah. This movie looks like trash. Max Landis, the screenwriter on this, I love him to death. I think he does a lot of really great things. The screenplay could be really great, but that is not always apparent in the movie. And yeah, this movie looks like hot garbage. Will Smith's in it, and I like Will Smith. He's cool, but this movie does not look good.
It looks very cheap, which is terrible to say because the movie has a huge budget, massive budget.
Max Landis got paid millions of dollars for that screenplay.
Yeah, so
one of the biggest deals in screenwriting history, especially modern screenwriting history.
Yeah, but the actual budget for this film is also really high, and I think a lot of that, of course, is because Will Smith is in it. But still, like,
isn't David Ayer directing it?
Yeah, David Ayer is directing it. Which sucks because David Ayer, I feel like, was super. I saw Fury, or at least most of Fury, and I liked it a lot. So it's like, oh, cool. Like, I'm excited to see what he does. And he does Suicide Squad, and then now this, and I'm just like, like, what do I think about this? He's
picking up some bad projects.
Yeah, and like, which sucks because I feel like this could have had a really. I mean, we don't know. We haven't seen much of it. It's just one trailer. Trailers are cut bad sometimes. Yeah. I mean, it could be good. It could be decent. But from what we're seeing right now, this trailer does not look good. It just looks kind of uninspired in a lot of ways. Like, which sucks because it has a cool idea, but it doesn't look like it meshes well. Like, these two worlds look totally different. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like, I think they're trying to go for like more of like a District 9 idea, but it's just not working like District 9. Like, if District 9 was not, I don't know if you saw District 9. If District 9 was if you know what it is, it's like basically aliens come down and we basically like enslave them or like throw them into ghettos or whatever. That movie, if it wasn't as realistic, would be terrible. Like, it would be a bad film. But the fact that it was realistic and like it was gritty and it had all these like great what's it called? Had these great metaphors and like all these great imagery. Like, that's the reason that movie is so fantastic. This movie looks like that same type of idea, just toned down a ton. Like, the idea that like, oh look, he's a different type of person. Get it? Metaphor for, you know, different types of people. Like, get it? And then it clearly at in the trailer, it's showing that like the movie turned into like a basic like action cop movie, buddy cop movie. Like, oh, what's the point of that then? Like, it just seems like, oh, they have to find the person that's killing all these people using a sword.
I don't know. I felt like it could have been, and I was talking to you about this on Twitter, but I felt like it could have worked 10 times more as a comic book. Yeah. Because for some reason, comic books are super big into that whole, like, fantasy, like, kind of setup.
Saga and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, Saga's pretty close. Like, Saga has, like, sci-fi, but it's relatively grounded. I'd even say the Wolf Among Us comic book, I forgot what it's called.
Fables?
Yeah, Fables is somewhat close. But for some reason, the sort of, like, meshing between that fantasy and, like, grounded world really works well in comics. But never, like, I've never seen it work well cinematically just because you can't really get the, like, effect. Like, it doesn't ever look good. And so I felt like it'll probably have a fine story if Max Landis is penning it, but give it this treatment and like I don't think it works. But as a comic book, I think it could be something special. I don't know. Yeah, especially with Max Landis's recent history with comic books, with Superman, American Alien, and Green Valley, both of which are phenomenal. So he obviously has the talent there. And he has had a lot of cinematic failures.
Yeah, which sucks. I think honestly, Max Landis is the type of person that I feel like is, and you're seeing it right now, is better in mediums outside of movies. Because with movies, you have control with so little, especially if you're a screenwriter. And you get blamed for so much, especially if you're a screenwriter. Like
especially when you're as outspoken as Max Landis. Yeah. He's the most outspoken screenwriter out there, and that's why you have these projects that are so closely associated with his name. And then when they bomb, a lot of that blame gets put on him because he's one of the large voices associated with
him. And he talks about it on the Red Letter Media video that he's on, interview, where he's like, you know, they were shitting on him because in an interview, like jokingly, I mean in a review, jokingly about American Ultra, and they kept on messaging Max Landis, and Max Landis was like, listen, like I had no idea this movie was going to be marketed as a stoner comedy. I had no idea that this film was going to come out this way. I read the script. Like, I didn't mean for a lot of this. And, like, a lot of the criticism that you had wasn't necessarily in the dialogue. It was a lot in, like, story pacing and stuff like that. And a lot of that's editing. Like, I think he's better with when he is in control completely. You see that with, I forget the name of the Dirk Henley or something like that.
Dirk Gently.
Yeah, that is something apparently that is really amazing and awesome, and people love it. And he is the showrunner of that. He is the person in charge of that. The comic books, he is in charge of that. He is writing it completely. That is him. Like, I think that is his strong suit, and I hope, honestly, like, unless he's able to, like, direct his own movie or, like, be a co-director.
He has directed his own
Really?
movie.
Which movie?
Me, Him, Her. It's on Netflix. It's fine. I don't know if he had enough there. And in interviews, I've heard him say, like, it wasn't successful because he didn't have as much control as he'd expect. It wasn't the right project. Like, and he, like, you could chalk some of that up to excuses, whatnot. But it's obvious that he has a talent for it. Like, he can make great things. Yeah. We've seen that with Dirk Gently, even Chronicle, these comic books. But then he also has these hits and misses, and the Victor Frankenstein movie. I forget what it was called.
Victor Frankenstein.
But then, Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I read the screenplay for that, and it was fantastic. I haven't seen the movie, but apparently the movie just got crapped on.
Yeah.
I
mean, it sucks. Like, I think that. Listen, I think that he has problems, and I think he has problems as a writer too, and that's just true with anyone. Like, you're gonna have your hits and misses. But I think a general thing is if he is able to have as much control as possible, I think that Max can create a great thing. I mean, hopefully he's able to maybe take this money that he got from Netflix and, maybe invest it. Maybe he wants to create something that completely his own. Maybe he wants to self-fund a movie or something like that.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. I would love to see something where he is in control. Maybe not a director, maybe even a producer or something, or a co-director.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe he's not the great at directing, but maybe he is great at, being that voice on set to kind of guide the director and help show what made that writing so good in the first place. I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah, apparently that's why Chronicle worked so well, because he had that friendship with Josh Trank.
Josh Trank, yeah.
And so they're able to Josh Trank was able to direct it, but also trust in Max and give him, he had a lot of creative freedom writing that script.
Yeah.
And so, I wish him the best.
Yeah.
But he just ends up in these crappy situations.
Exactly. And also that's what a showrunner is basically. Like, showrunners necessarily aren't directing every episode. Vince Gilligan never directed an episode of Breaking Bad to my knowledge, or rarely did. So, I think that is the position that he needs to find in film, or at least have someone that he is so close to that he's able to help with. Because, I think his scripts are so unique that when given to someone that isn't controlled by just creative ideas, and are maybe controlled a little bit by Netflix, and maybe controlled by focus groups, then that creative idea becomes a generic one. So I don't know, but I'm interested to see how this works out. I'm just interested.
I watched the movie nonetheless.
Yeah, for sure. It's Netflix, so we'll watch it.
Yeah. It'll I'll have it available. It's Max Landis, and Will Smith's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not much more I can say.
Also, side note, how angry are you still that I met what's it called?
Oh, Max Landis? You met Max Landis? Yeah, that I'm still angry about that. The whole Kind of Funny 3 thing, or Kind of Funny Live 3 thing. I wasn't I was oh, cool, good for you, that's super dope. And I should have been more a bit oh, okay, I should have been more all right, yeah. But no, I was totally that's not my scene. I don't care that. But then you met Max Landis, and for some reason not for some reason, but that's what really got me.
Yeah, I knew it would too. I just wanted to piss you off. I mean, I love you. I'm sorry I did that, but I didn't even mean to.
No, I know. If I saw Kendrick Lamar, I would crap on you.
Yeah, I know you would. Yo, you should have went to you should have went to his pop-up store in Arizona.
Yeah?
He had a pop-up store in Arizona, and he goes to the pop-up stores.
Huh, I didn't know he had one in Arizona.
Yeah, it popped up a few weeks ago when he had his first show in Arizona.
I see.
So I would have went to the one in New York. Mateo met Kendrick Lamar and shook his hand.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would have went, but I was working, so
that's
it's fine. I mean, honestly, my whole goal, I was telling Justice last night, I was like, my whole goal is to have enough financial stability in the next 2 years where I legitimately have disposable income on top of my savings account that I'm going to be able to afford a meet and greet ticket with Kendrick Lamar when the next album comes out. Because, I mean, he's for sure going to tour again. He has meet and greets, legitimate meet and greets.
What does that look like when you're doing meet and greets with a rapper?
You're just literally, you sit down on the couch for a few minutes, and then you take a photo, say hi to him, get him to sign something, and walk away. That's it. It's only a few minutes, but it's fine.
Okay. One-on-one sort of things?
What do you mean?
One-on-one?
No, I think it's a line.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, which honestly I'm fine with. I am totally fine. I just need to shake the man's hand. That's
yes, it's like Comic-Con.
Exactly. I literally just want to shake the man's hand, be like, thank you so much for this, yada yada. Make my piece, and then move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as he's not a dick, I'm fine with that. That's cool. He doesn't seem like it, so
Yeah, no.
hopefully not.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes.
There's a Justice League trailer that also premiered at San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Trash or not?
Can it be meh?
Yeah, it can be.
Like,
meh.
is that fine? Okay. I thought it was meh.
Yeah.
Like,
I wasn't as. People are super hot on it. I don't know
like
why.
they like it?
Yeah, like have you seen Twitter? Like people are like, "Yo, it was great.
Yeah.
Like it changed my life. Yeah, it's the best. It's the best trailer." Yada yada. Sure, I guess it's the best trailer, but like, I can't. Like, there's so many fundamental flaws with the idea of having a Justice League movie so early.
Yeah.
So many.
I can't get over that.
I can't get that, and I also can't get over the fact that like, man, there could have been so many ways to do this. Honestly, you know what would have been the best way to create this universe? I was thinking this week because I was watching a video on how the Justice League Mortal film would have looked like with what's it called? With George Miller back in the day. I was looking at how that movie would have been because the script is online, and it just starts off with everyone being superheroes. Like, honestly, I think that would have been the best way to start off a universe. You don't need origins.
What do you mean?
Like, literally. What do you mean?
Aren't they already superheroes? What do you mean?
No, what I mean is like literally the first film, like should have been a Justice League film, like without any introduction. Like the first, like instead of Man of Steel, just Justice League, and then you could have just branched off and then explain exactly who these characters are, but then just introduce us to them. Like honestly, I think that would have been much better than what the hell they're doing right now.
I think you either go one way or the other.
Yeah.
You can't get this in between bullcrap that you're doing with Batman v Superman being our second film. Like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, and then Suicide Squad, and then Wonder Woman, and then now you're gonna do Wonder Woman 2. It's just like,
yeah.
But I mean, fine, I guess. I don't know, like whatever.
I've yet to see Wonder Woman, but Man of Steel is probably still the best movie to come out.
Wonder Woman is.
Yeah?
Yeah, Wonder Woman's better.
I thought you were mad on Wonder Woman.
I'm mad on this whole universe. Wonder Woman is the better film, but I still think they're all pretty okay. Like, I don't think any of these movies are great. Like, people are, like, really saying that Wonder Woman's a great film. It's not. Neither is Man of Steel. Like, they're not...
The first half of Man of Steel is really good.
No, I don't think so.
I'll stand by that. The first half of Man of Steel is really good.
I mean,
you get into the second part of that film, that opening act when it's... like when he's alone, and then you get that bar scene where he chucks the stinking semi-truck through the light pole or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, when you get him as a kid, like, you get some awesome moments. But then you kill off,
the father?
his father, whatever his name
Kevin
is.
Costner.
Yeah. And then you start to get into him wrecking Metropolis and all that, like...
The problem is that
like...
we've lost Superman after that first half of the first movie, because we don't know him anymore. Like his motivations that's the reason I hate that. Not hate it. I don't like that movie because there is no motivation for the character. I hate that scene because like someone just literally destroyed it for me because I was like, oh yeah, that makes no sense. Is that he's like, oh, is that an S in your shirt? On your chest? No, it means hope and you don't know. You just learned that 10 minutes ago. What are you talking about? Why are you so like this? You are literally born and raised as a member of the American society, and you had no real idea about all of this until like a week ago. It's like it's worse than people will shit on Star Wars about how what's it called? Luke Skywalker is like annoyed at Han Solo for not really understanding the Force, even though he just learned about the Force like an hour ago.
Yeah.
But it's worse than that because we understand who Luke Skywalker is during that series. We get him.
Yeah.
We understand his motivations. Superman is lost after that. After he's like, I'm an alien. Like, it's just like, all right, so what?
And that's why I'm telling you the first half of that movie is so good, because you got the American, like, Superman. You got
with the cape on, he's, like, running around with the cape on as a kid. Yeah,
they set it up perfectly.
Yeah.
And the trailer made it look like it was going to be the perfect Superman movie. And for the first half of that movie, like, I was all in.
Yeah.
But then they just dive-bombed it, and now you have... And then in Batman v Superman, you get this Superman that's portrayed as a villain.
Yeah.
When I think you should have flipped it. Like,
Batman would have been the easiest villain.
And I love the commentary you get with is Superman being a god, like whether or not what he's doing is right, I like that commentary, but you can't ruin Superman for me like that. Like, you already did that at the end of that movie. He's Superman.
Especially on the second movie.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's the problem with that film. Like, you can't be saying, especially in the second film, like, we never really understood or knew a Superman since the 70s. So, like, you're gonna now tell me that you're gonna be making, like, this Batman look like, Superman look like a jerk, kill him, and then Batman, you would have made Batman a villain, quote unquote, I would be fine with that, because we all know that Batman is, like, this loose cannon. So we would understand, we would understand where everyone's coming from, but we would also get why he is a good human being or why he's a good hero. But, like, Superman, the fact that you literally have not created a superhero for us in this movie, and now you just kill him off. I know he's going to come back and he's either going to be the bad guy or just, like, this person that comes in, like, in Flashpoint Superman. Like, I don't know.
You get this, and then you have this Justice League trailer that paints Superman as the Superman he should be, where they're like, oh, you're such a great dude.
Yeah,
like,
finally, you're back.
Yeah, isn't there like a radio thing or whatever where they're like, oh man, like, Superman, where is he? We need him. Like,
something like that.
He's such a good, like, you gotta have one or the other, and then
they didn't know this guy.
You pick the wrong one, and then you don't even stick with it. So.
Yeah, see, listen, this is when we get into this fan like casting bullshit, right? But for me, I can't get over the fact that if they literally created American Alien into a film, we would just be fine. We'd be fine at this point. Like, if you created, like, really adapted storylines from comic books and not done this crazy bullshit with Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad, we would be fine at this point. Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that's why I think that Wonder Woman is so good, is that in a lot of ways, it is a comic book. It is structured like one. It has the pacing like one, it has the humor like one, but, like, it's not Hot Topic, the movie, like Suicide Squad. It is not literally darker injustice. like Batman vs. Superman. Like, okay. Like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that universe has a lot to work out.
It's problems. You know what they need to do?
What?
They need to hit up Universal Studios. They need to get the Dooku up in here. They need to get some cues, because the Dooku's doing fine. Let me tell you about the Dooku. So the Dooku, for everyone that doesn't know, is the brilliant dark universe created by Universal Studios, of course. It's in the title universe, right? And, it has such players as the Mummy, as Dracula Untold, as apparently the Invisible Man being played by Johnny Depp.
Fantastic.
So, I mean, we're really killing it on all fronts, and I think that the Dark Universe plus the DC Universe, beautiful.
Yeah, you get the Dark Justice League.
Dark Justice, they're suing it. DC's suing them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Because of that name, the Dark Universe. So, but I think they can put their differences aside, right? And we can have the greatest universe of all time.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect. Add the Godzilla universe in there, holy crap, we're killing it.
The Wolfman, Dracula Untold 2.
Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Phantom of the Opera. Creatures from the Black Lagoons are going to be lit.
Yeah, that's totally going to be lit. Yeah, since the Mummy was so lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, boy. I'm hyped.
It's really the future, man. Let me tell you what.
Johnny Depp is the Invisible Man.
Yeah. You know what? You should... Oh, never mind. Move on.
We'll talk about Johnny Depp later.
Okay. Will we?
Yes. He'll be one of my subjects. One of my topics.
Okay. There we go. Yeah. Cool. Move on.
Ready Player One had a trailer at San Diego Comic-Con. And I thought the trailer was pretty good. Like, a solid trailer. Yeah. Like, I like it. Many people know I'm a huge fan of Ready Player One. I love that book. I think it's phenomenal. I have a lot of personal love for that novel.
Sure.
I am so mad. Like, this must be what it's like when people, like, get mad about politics on Twitter. I couldn't go on Twitter for like 4 days because it was just people crapping on Ready Player One nonstop.
Yeah, they're saying it's like this complete like just jerk off of tons of pop culture icons. I felt so bad because I think that I don't think that's fair at all.
No, and like I understand the pandering, and they've highlighted very specific like paragraphs, very specific segments of the book that are very very pandering. Poorly written to a certain extent. But I think when you get down like that, it's a really it's a clever novel. I think it's such and it's not trying to be this incredible piece of literature, and I think that's not an excuse you can give it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And maybe it's because I have such a love for I accept all the criticisms that are being thrown at it. I just think there's more to it.
I think the best way to explain it is that this is more Wreck-It Ralph than it is Big Bang Theory. Like, yes. I think that is, like, the epitome of all of this. Like, sure, yeah, it has these moments where you're talking about, you know, Harley Quinn and all these blah, whatever, sure, fine. But it is deeper than that. There's more to that. The characters matter. Artemis, you know, like, they really are interesting, and the actual climax of that book and the adventure is really amazing, and so it's going to make for an amazing film. I don't think that people really, if they are shitting on it, I get it, and but I think you have to pass that at a certain point.
Yeah.
Because I think there's something deeper there. I think there's something better there, and of course there's an homage to it. It is the literally wears its influences on its sleeve. And I don't think that there is necessarily anything wrong with that.
Yeah, and yeah, I think it's fine. It's very in to just be hating on Ready Player One. There are so many comments where I saw like, yeah, I read the book once, thought it was great, read it a second time, and then I didn't like it. And it's at a certain point, it's like you like the book, and then now you're just hating on it to hate on it because it's cool to hate on it at this point.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's such a great story. The characters are so they're so good. It is such an adventure, and then you get those moments where he's depressed and down about everything. Like that whole act was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this movie. I can't wait to see what Spielberg does with it. Like,
me too.
I'm so glad that he's the director for it.
I'm excited, and I also like that there is enough non-Spielberg related material to really make it. I'm happy that the Iron Giant is also.
I know, that was dope.
That's awesome. Hopefully, Vin Diesel is playing him, which is going to be awesome.
Hilarious.
Hopefully,
yeah, that'd be dope.
But I'm excited. I'm excited, and I think that people really need to at least check out the movie because I think the movie's going to be great.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm very excited for that. Have you seen Stranger Things yet, Roger?
No.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's up there with Master of None as my favorite.
Really?
Netflix exclusive show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll check it out eventually.
It's really good, and that season 2 trailer is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best trailer to come out of Comic-Con. Really good. They know what they're doing over there. I can't wait for that season. And it's coming out October 27th, alongside Super Mario Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Origins, and Wolfenstein 2. So that should be an interesting day.
I'm excited. Wolfenstein 2 is gonna bomb?
No, gonna budge.
Oh, I thought you said. Oh, I was like, whoa, hey, chill.
But yeah, and especially from what I've heard from the previews the preview rounds that Wolfenstein 2 just had, it looks like it still might have a few things to work on.
I didn't see any of that.
But yep, that's just conjecture, I guess.
Cool.
Also, during San Diego Comic-Con, more DC Extended Universe news. They officially announced their upcoming movie slate. This article comes via Mashable. They have their list, so they had a sizzle reel. They are teasing their 9 upcoming films in no particular order: Aquaman,
Gotcha.
Shazam, Suicide Squad 2, The Batman, Justice League Dark, Batgirl, Green Lantern Corps, The Flash Flashpoint, and Wonder Woman 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and now have a few movies that have been rumored or previously announced.
Yeah, Gotham City Sirens. We have apparently I'm reading off there too. The Suicide Squad's been up, and then also there's supposed to be a Blue Beetle. And Booster Gold film that's supposed to be directed by what's his face?
No idea. Then you have a Nightwing movie, a Cyborg movie.
Yeah, that's.
We have no mention of Man of Steel 2. Yeah.
Yeah, that's never happening.
That sucks. I like Superman.
Yeah, but apparently DC finds some.
You have some good movies in here. Like I think Aquaman could be cool. Jason Momoa is a wonderful pick for Aquaman. I'm excited to see what they do with that character. I think having Jeff Johns on that movie team is perfect for that movie because of everything Jeff Johns did with Aquaman and the New 52. Really bringing him back to the forefront of DC. Shazam should be interesting just because of The Rock and Black Adam.
I hate the fact that Black Adam is being played by The Rock.
Just put The Rock in everything now, dude.
I gotta be completely honest, because I honestly think it would be funny if he was the actual...
That'd be cool, too. Like, I'm
Shazam. I think the Shazam, like, sure, I don't know much about Shazam, but I think that it would be a funny idea to have actually The Rock as the person that you turn into as a superhero, because I think that is like every kid's dream to become The Rock. So I think that would be really, really funny. I think that, like, I don't understand the fact that he's Black Adam. Like, I get it. He has like this he has this good range, but I think he's really good at being this happy-go-lucky person. And also being a badass. Yeah. And I think that Shazam is that. Like, that is him. And, like, it sucks that he's Black Adam. And, like, I have no doubt it's going to be good. I just hope that they don't make it too much The Rock, because he's Black. Black Adam is supposed to be the villain, not, like, the main character. The fact that you have the villain casted before the actual
rumor has it that this is going to be, or that this is, I think this might be confirmed, that there are going to be 2 films for Shazam. One dedicated to the Black Adam.
Yeah, that was the...
Yeah.
Sure.
Because The Rock.
Why?
They have The Rock.
Like, alright.
To make the money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It sucks that he's Black Adam.
Suicide Squad 2,
kill me. Can't wait for Hot Topic to come out again. It's a new line of teenager stuff.
Margot Robbie's great, though. And I like Will Smith playing Will Smith. Like, that's fine.
Sure.
The Batman, we'll get into that later with Flashpoint. Justice League Dark, which Guillermo del Toro was involved with. Now, no longer involved.
Now he's not.
But I'm still excited to see what that film becomes.
Nah, I don't care anymore. I only care about Justice League Dark if
I
it's
think
a legit
you might get
horror
that.
film.
I think you could get something like that.
Like, that's the only reason I would care about that. I don't know. Didn't I read something about it being
Guillermo del Toro was involved.
Yeah. No, so May 8th. The director, trying to figure out who the director is, actually, sorry. He says that he is trying to look at real horror elements and try to make that extremely dark. And I'm fine with that. If it's a rated R horror film, like with demons and like Constantine being Constantine and smoking a cigarette the entire time, like, I'm down with that.
I think we might get that.
That's the only time I'm down with it. Hopefully. I have no trust in this entire universe.
Well,
and, like, especially... Yeah, we're
this
gonna
next
say.
movie, Batgirl, is the most promising of the bunch. We have Joss Whedon
Yeah,
working on that movie. Like, I think that, like, that's promising. As long as
Totally
he stays
promising.
on that, and as
But
long
it
as the
scares me
universe
again.
survives long enough for us to actually get the Batgirl movie, and especially if it's Babs Tarr Batgirl, like, I think we have something special.
yeah, I think we totally do, and I think that if you have someone that's like, I don't know, like I
Yeah.
feel like there's a lot of choices to be Batgirl. There's so many choices to be Batgirl. We have a
Yeah.
lot of great young actresses right now that have an awesome range, and just
Yeah.
I just need something poppy and fun, and Joss Whedon can totally do that. I want, but again, everyone shits on me. I don't like Avengers. I like Avengers 2, but like I don't know, like Avengers 1, which is the only there's no way that Warner Brothers is looking at him being like, we're not invested in you. Like, it is totally has to be him. Like, no sane person, like, even if he's having, like, going over budget or doing, doesn't matter. He's still Ben Affleck. Like, you want that on your card as a director. Like, he is one of the go-to
What
directors
movies has he
right
done
now.
besides Good Will Hunting? Good Will Hunting is, like, top 5 movie... Or he
directed Good Will Hunting?
I don't know if he directed it, but he wrote it. Movies. But, I knew he did that, and that's one of my favorite movies of all time. But I'll check on Wikipedia. You keep talking. But, I didn't know that he was so great as a director.
Interesting. I didn't know he wrote Good Will Hunting. He didn't direct much. I'm looking at it right now. He directed a short in 1993, Gone Baby Gone, The Town, which is really amazing. Apparently, Argo, which is fantastic. So like he doesn't have that long directing. Yeah. But what he has done is really good. So that's where we're at right now with him, and I think that especially he's a big name actor too. So I think that like he is the one to get to direct your film, especially if he's going to be starring in it. So I don't know. Listen, here's the thing. That's what we're trying to get at with Flashpoint and stuff. Like there is multiple ways they can usher him out, because I don't believe he said at the San Diego Comic-Con, he said that he's fully committed or whatever. I doubt it 100%. I don't believe that. I think that he is going to be out. And I think they're going to do a soft reboot of this.
I think that's fair. DC My favorite quote from that whole San Diego Comic-Con thing, when they started bringing up like these rumors, and they bring up Matt Reeves, and he said, "I would be an ape on the ground for Matt Reeves." He's completely denied it. He says, "I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Batman's the coolest part of the universe. I'm so thrilled to do it. It's amazing." And how far you can take that, and especially with what you have to assume that Warner Brothers is directly controlling what he can and can't say.
Yeah, of course. And whatever he says affects his next few paychecks before he gets out of that universe. Honestly, he's probably written his contract or is in negotiations right now to get out of it. Like I don't think he wants to be a part of this. I think it's like hindering what he can do, what he can't do, and I don't think, especially with something that is so critically loathed, especially the movies that he's been a part or is going to be a part of. Like I don't think that's what he wants on his resume right now. I think that Ben Affleck wanted to do something awesome. He wanted to be an awesome part of the universe. He wanted to create something cool, but then he's slowly realizing that he's not going to be able to do that. So he wants out. And there's ways we can do that. Of course, we have Flashpoint, and Flashpoint could be awesome because we can really pick and choose what we want in that universe, what we don't want in the universe. Of course, Flash is still going to be Flash, and I think that Ezra Miller, from what we've seen, is probably going to be a show stealer of Justice League. He's probably going to be the best part of Justice League. Then we can also pick and choose who we want to play characters. We can take out Ben Affleck, and we can make him come back into a universe where Nightwing is Batman, right? Like we can do any of that stuff. I don't know. And also, of course, there's a Nightwing film, so Nightwing can just literally take up the mantle from after that movie. Like, I don't like it. I never like when Nightwing takes up the mantle, but I mean, these are options that we have.
I want to see Robin, then I want to see Nightwing, then you can give me Batman. All right, like then it works. But like Nightwing's such a dope character. Like he's just a cooler Batman. But like I want to see him start out as Robin, and we still haven't gotten the Jason Todd story. Like when are we getting that?
Oh yeah, let's tell the Jason Todd story one more time. That's what we need in this universe. I don't know, man. Like again, like I go back to the part where we're going to fan theories and stuff like that. Like or fan hopes. Like I just wish that this was better. Like I just wish that like instead of even doing the Justice League as a universe as the beginning of the universe, maybe they just did no universe, and they just had contained stories.
Fantastic.
Like
that trilogy was amazing.
Yeah, like if they literally and just give a bunch of people a ton of money to make dope shit. Like make a Batman Beyond movie with Michael Keaton as older Bruce Wayne.
Ooh.
Exactly. Or Clint Eastwood is older. I don't know. Do that. That's awesome. You want to do that? Hey, here's $100 million. Do it. Hey, you want to do Gaslight Batman? Sure, do it. Okay, you want to do freaking Flash? I don't know. Jerk it off? I don't know. Real fast? I don't know. Do that right there. Like, do whatever you want. Just make it dope. Like, that would have made so much more money than this. Like, this is so annoying because DC undoubtedly has so many awesome variants and so many awesome stories that could have just been really cool if you just had different characters, different directors, just different things that aren't connected, just doing them together. Of course you could have sequels, of course you could have connected movies, like maybe you could make a Flash movie that's connected to the TV series. Maybe you could do, just I don't know, man. It's just we're at the point where just everyone's so frustrated that
you can't talk about me.
I'm just wishing that they did something different.
And it's tough. Yeah, it's tough when you have a universe like this because you're comparing it so closely with everything that Marvel did, especially when you have such success that Marvel had. You jump into this DC extended universe, and any mistake it's. I think you can hear me for a bit. But now I can hear you. Yeah. Now
okay, but you can hear me though, right?
Now it's
cool. Sorry.
It's just there's nothing you can do. And if you had done those solo movies, you wouldn't have to deal with the problems you had in previous films. You can just move on, and then you wouldn't be so heavily compared to Marvel. You have your own thing. You're unique.
You would have all these shitty think pieces telling you how good you are because you're actually giving directors freedom. Like, man, I hate these universes. I think that we just need to go back, instead of taking all this money and time into creating one huge universe, just give everyone a ton of money to make cool things. Like, it's the same thing, and you're gonna make the same amount of money. And I understand people will watch like different movies because I need to see how this character evolves, or I need to go back and see this movie. I understand that, but I also think that you will make a comparable to even more.
Yeah, and I feel like at a certain point, like, you only have a small portion of your audience that really truly cares about this is what happened in this movie, so I have to say. Yeah. Like, I feel for the most part, you just have people who want to see superheroes. Like, I take my grandparents go and, like, we'll see a Marvel movie, and they're like, they'll be like, oh, what did that end credit scene mean? Like, they don't care. They just want to see, like, a fun superhero movie.
Hey, Caleb, you want to hear something, an idea that makes you really sad that doesn't exist? A Batman Beyond movie set 5 years ago, not set 5 years, like made 5 years ago or 4 years ago, around there. Terry McGinnis, and it's a Batman Beyond movie. Oh, yes. Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne, of course, and Michael B. Jordan.
You can't tell me that. You know how much I love Michael B. Jordan. You know I love. That sucks. I
know. I know. How dope would that been?
Feel like you'll get I feel like right now we're at the point where you could have your Michael Keaton Batman Beyond movie, but then give us like 15, 20 years, you could get a Christian Bale, like...
Oh, God.
Like, I don't...
I was gonna say give us like 10 years so you can get a Batman Beyond with Ben Affleck. He's getting older, but he still looks better than I will ever will. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a real concern. I mean, he's getting older. I mean, that's a real thing that, like, people were talking about in these articles. Like, he is getting an older person. But, like, I'm sure they thought about that before hiring him. So I don't think that's the problem. Like, you could totally look at the dude and be like, yeah, he's, like, 50 years old. Like, okay. Like, that's... You did not... This is not just, like, jump up on you. Out of nowhere. So I don't know.
It's tough. It's tough. Man, why did you tell me about that? It might...
It's tough. Dude, how dope would have that been? Oh my god. Just, like, imagine, like, okay, so imagine Michael B. Jordan, like, of course, like, if I don't know if you remember how the Batman Beyond series went, but, like, Bruce Wayne swiped I'm pretty sure, swiped Terry McGinnis with his cane. Just imagine that happened to Michael B. Jordan and Michael Keaton. Like, dude, that would just be the best team up ever. He has the...
Dude, Michael B. Jordan looks so good in the Black Panther. He looks like a beast.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he looks so good. You know who also dude, Michael Keaton
Yeah.
looks so good right now. He like, have you seen him in that new movie? Have you seen him in that new movie? I don't know. It's like looks like a shitty Jason Bourne ripoff or whatever. But like he's like playing a dude that's like supposed to be like this ex-CIA military dude. He looks like Sam Fisher. And it's so dope. Like honestly, I was watching it, I was like, this could be like Sam Fisher. Like he could be Sam Fisher. Like I would watch that movie. I would watch a Splinter Cell where he like Conviction movie where he was what's it called? Where he was Sam Fisher.
You'd watch a Splinter Cell movie if I played Sam Fisher, Roger.
Dude, I would watch anything to do with Splinter
would.
Cell. Dude, I love Michael Keaton so much. My girlfriend yesterday, we were watching, it was in the trailer for the movie for Dunkirk. But she saw Michael Keaton and she was like, she whispered in my ear, she's like, am I crazy? Or like, did this guy just come out of nowhere? And I was like, yeah, he did a bunch of movies in the 80s and then he just kind of disappeared for like 30 years. Yeah. And then he came back and now he's like the biggest shit again. And
Spotlight,
I love it.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Birdman.
Birdman, yeah.
Yeah.
What a beast.
He's killing it. The Ronald McDonald movie.
Yes.
Oh shit, I did watch another movie. Shit, never mind, I'm changing my thing.
Sweet.
All right.
Yeah. That's all the news.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for Kendrick Lamar watch.
Kill me now and my misery. Woohoo! Yeah, we're all gonna die soon. One day.
We got a loyalty video. I watched it.
Loyalty. I watched it too, of course.
What are your thoughts?
Tell me. No, I want to hear you first.
I thought that
be honest, no, because I want to hear
the
it.
CG. I don't like it when you do bad CG.
Exactly.
Like that's the worst. Like when they did the whole Rihanna like falling off the cliff thing, I was like,
exactly.
No.
And did you see the part? Did you see the part where? And I have a specific part that I screenshotted that. Where they pan up the camera from Rihanna, him holding Rihanna, up to Kendrick Lamar and then over his head or whatever, and you can see as it's moving the green screen around him.
Oh.
Yeah, you can see the glow of the green. And dude, okay. I like the video. First of all, the video opens with some dope shit.
Yeah.
It opens with like awesome imagery, which I love in Kendrick Lamar videos, where it's him sitting with the blindfold on, which is very important in the Kendrick Lamar album.
Yes.
Damn. With a blindfold on, while all these women are doing all these sexy things in lingerie, and then the woman stabs him, and that is dope. That is dope imagery, especially in the song "Loyalty." You're talking about being loyal to someone, you have to pretty much have that, especially as a rapper. He's in love with his fiance, and you have to have like that blindfold on while everyone's trying to seduce you. Cool. Awesome imagery. Then you go into like some bullshit where people are sinking into the sand.
Yeah.
Still weird, but still fine. I'm fine with it. Like it looked decent-ish. But then you fall off the chain after that. Dude, that was weird. And then like they laugh afterwards. Like I get the metaphor, like the idea that like after shitty things, if you're loyal with your partner and you're like together and in love, like no matter what, if you guys are okay, you guys are cool, like you will survive. I get it. It looks shitty. Like there is so much bad. Also, let me just tell you what, the director of this video directed Humble, which sucks because Humble is so much better than this.
The Humble video is legendary.
Dude, the Humble video, it will go down as one of the best hip-hop videos of all time.
That's such a fantastic music video.
Dude, it is for everything from the camera angles to the editing to the part where he says, y'all just be faking, and he misses the lip sync on purpose.
So good.
It's so good. Legendary video. The dam on his shirt while they're doing the 360 video.
Oh, crazy. Yeah. That whole like cut is insane. Oh.
Dude. It's legendary. That's a legendary video.
Is, yeah.
But this video is definitely not legendary. No. But I care more about the success of Kendrick Lamar right now.
Yes.
10 million views in less than a day.
Crazy.
#1 trending 2 days in a row.
Oh.
And this song better be the song of the summer because I've been saying it.
I've been hearing it on the radio.
Good. I heard Love actually on the radio the other day too.
I haven't heard that
These
yet.
These hip-hop stations just play Kendrick Lamar all day now, and I love it. But Loyalty, I've been saying this since day one, and Love, could be the songs of the
Yeah.
summer, and Loyalty for sure. I knew they were gonna do it. We all knew it. I'm so happy. I really hope this song does bonkers numbers again.
Hopefully.
Like, this song is so good, so good. It deserves it. And freaking Rihanna. Okay, I was talking to Alex O'Neill, but like Rihanna, and I was talking to my girlfriend about this, but Rihanna is so sexy. I just gotta put that out there. Rihanna is like a dream. She's just like not real. She's so beautiful, and I love Rihanna, and I just can't say
You do
so
love
many good things
Rihanna.
about her.
We've
Rihanna
had
is
multiple
so
conversations
beautiful.
where you're just like, talking about
Really?
Rihanna. Yeah. Like, we were talking
Rihanna-
about the All of the Lights Kanye video, and you brought
Oh
up
my
Rihanna.
god, with the red hair! Holy shit! Don't. Oh my god, Caleb!
Rihanna's cool. Like, I like her when she has red
Dude.
hair. Like she's cool, I guess.
No, like Jess didn't get it either. Like, she was like, she's fine. I don't think she's so hot.
Like,
and I'm like,
well,
no,
she's
you're
also your
right.
girlfriend, Rogers. Like,
Oh no, Jess, no. Jess is very much like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she's like, she talks about good guys and I talk about girls. We're fine. But holy shit, Caleb.
Rihanna, like,
Okay, but also she looked really like she was like I love Rihanna, and I think the best part to explain Rihanna is to show her that part where she's looking in, and she's at the guy's window, and then he starts acting annoying, so then she spits the gum at him, and then she just lets Kendrick Lamar beat the shit out of the guy. And I love that scene so much. That is my favorite scene of the entire video. Just seeing Kendrick Lamar, this 5-foot giant of a man, beating the shit out of this big dude. I
yeah,
loved
that's
it.
cool.
It was
That's
beautiful.
cool.
But then there's these CGI sharks.
So bad. That was weird. That was so
Dude,
weird.
that sucked. And then also when they were like melting into the ground together, that looked shitty.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fine video. It's not his best, of course. I think his best music video so far than Humble is Element. Element is so good. That is such a dope video.
that is a good one.
Rewatch that. DNA is like, I don't know. I don't love DNA.
Can we talk
video.
about All Right? Like, All Right, I know it's not off this most
Oh,
recent
I was talking about
album.
Damn. I was just talking about Damn. Yeah. All Right, ridiculously good. Also, I need to give a shout out to his most underrated music videos, and that's God's a Gangster, which is You and For Sale. That is You. They have the first part,
if
which
I've
is
seen
You.
this.
It's so good. Oh my god, let me explain it to you. So you know the song You,
Yes.
right? You is basically him in a hotel drinking himself to death and wanting to kill himself. The You music video is that, and it's so good, and it's one shot, and it's him, and it's trippy as hell, and it's great. And then it goes to For Sale. Oh my god, it's so good. That For Sale is basically the entire that music video part of it is like the first part of Loyalty, the music video.
Okay.
But an entire music video.
Dope.
It's so dope.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
It's so dope. Yeah. But yeah, I think that Element is way better. Element is so good. That's such a good music video. But yeah, Loyalty's fun. That's fun. Loyalty.
Rihanna's too sexual for me. I think that's what it is.
Interesting. She's intimidating.
Yeah.
She intimidates me. Like, she's like sexy, but like she totally knows the amount of power she has over people.
Yeah.
And how sexy she is, and that's great, but it scares the shit out of me. I'm just like, oh no, she can kill me.
Yeah.
Like, she can murder me if I like look at her the wrong way, or she's just intimidating, but she's a badass and she's awesome. And God, I love Rihanna so much.
You do love Rihanna, man.
Rihanna's perfect. Also, I love my girlfriend.
Happy 1 year anniversary.
Happy one. Oh shit. That's actually in a few days. We celebrate early, but I think it's the 3rd.
I remember when
I'm not speaking anymore.
I remember when you first told me about Jess.
You took a selfie with me in when you came over. And I sent it to her, and then she was the one that said, "Oh, do I know that kid? Does he
That's
go to Salonica?"
right.
And then the reason why she told me later is the reason why she thought she knew you
Bonus
was because
points,
she would watch
yeah.
Bonus Points. Yeah, because she's a stalker and weirdo.
Yeah.
Interesting. Shout out to Jessica.
Shout out to Jess.
Shout out to Jess, keeping it down. She still thinks you hate her.
No, I don't. I feel like she hates me sometimes. Just because, like...
No,
like
she totally thinks you hate
like
her.
we've talked about, like... I DM'd her about Breakfast Club, and, like, she took it super seriously.
Oh my god, I hated that.
Like, and then there's one time where or like so like we were talking about that, and then you went offline while we were recording bonus points, and I responded, did you, or I accidentally messaged her, did you die or did I die? And like and like I felt so bad. No, I love Jess. She's fine. She's wonderful.
Yeah, I bet. Kayla, stop hating my girlfriend.
I don't hate your girlfriend.
Oh my god. Kayla,
Roger?
what'd you do this week?
I did a lot of things this week. I've been pretty productive.
Alright.
Just want to put that out there.
I doubt it.
I've been pretty productive. Okay.
Sure,
I watched
fine.
all 3 of the first Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Why?
Okay, so as a little kid, like, Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean were, like, those were my thing. I dressed up as Jack Sparrow for Halloween, like, multiple years. I had so many Jack Sparrow action figures. I had the Mega Blocks. I had the Flying Dutchman Mega Block set. Dude.
Yeah.
And, like, it sucked because I didn't like Mega Blocks because they don't work well with Legos. They're, like, they're weird. But, like, it's the only way I can get my Pirates of the Caribbean, like, Legos. So, like, I had to deal with that. But then I was like, you know what? Like, I really, like, want to go back and watch these movies. I haven't seen them in forever. And I watched that first one. That first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, I'll stand by it, is really good. Like, that is a good,
Okay.
like, that's a great movie. And its influence goes incredibly under the radar. Underappreciated. And, well, I don't know if its influence is a good thing or bad thing, but it changed the movie industry forever.
Sure, yeah.
Now, then you get to the second and third movies where that series goes off the rails, alright? Completely off the rails. The first movie handles the supernatural elements similar to Uncharted, where it's like not really there, but then it's like, oh dang, like it's real, like supernatural, but it's like it isn't like all supernatural. Like it's very like it's light to a certain extent. It feels very Uncharted. Then you get to the second and third movies, and it's just you got these guys that are part of a boat. You have these fishmen, and like
Weird.
I don't think they're really good movies, but I enjoyed them. All right, I'm gonna be honest.
That's fine.
Like Jack Sparrow's a great character.
Yeah.
The score for those movies is so good. Hans Zimmer knocked it out of the park. The Jack Sparrow theme makes me happy every time I listen to it. You'll get Jack Sparrow is such a bonkers, off-the-walls character, and when he starts to do, like, oh, here's Jack Sparrow doing his Jack Sparrow thing, and then you get that theme going in, like that's dope. Like, there's some really great moments. And, like, I had a fun time. I don't think they're great movies. I think that the first one...
They don't have to
Yeah,
be.
and, yeah, I had a fun time watching them. I really enjoy them. I think they're great. I'm going to watch the fourth one. When the fifth one comes out on Blu-ray, I'll buy that. I enjoy them. I really enjoy them. I love Jack Sparrow as a character. It sucks that Johnny Depp's like a crappy human being. Like that sucks.
Yeah.
Like it really sucks that we like that a lot of creative people like that are like actually like crappy people.
Yeah, throwing bottles at Amber Heard.
Yeah, like that stuff sucks.
Yeah.
But like at a certain point you have to separate like
Sure. I mean, it's this weird debate. I've had this debate on Twitter with people like you love Bill Cosby and you really love his stuff, but then like at what point are you like, I can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at what point do I listen to, if I'm a huge fan of XXXTentacion and I totally hear about randomly him beating the shit out of his pregnant girlfriend, do I stop listening to his music, or is it only alright to start listening to his music, or is his past only alright after a certain time? Tupac raped a chick.
Yeah.
Like is it alright for me to listen to his music now, or is it like, I don't know, like, it's this weird line, like, I feel better about listening to Tupac's music than I do XXX, because XXX is still alive and reaping the benefits. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Like, I don't know, like, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing where I don't know
Yeah.
how we deal with this, and I think a lot of it, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. Honestly.
No, yeah.
I don't think there is. I think it's if you want to watch Johnny Depp movies, I don't think anyone's gonna give a shit. If you want to watch Bill Cosby shows, I don't really care unless you're saying Bill Cosby innocent.
Yeah.
Like,
I
think you can totally do that. It's just a moral thing.
Yeah, and I don't think you should. Personally, I don't think you should excuse an artist's past or history. But yeah, if you wanna enjoy their stuff, I think that's fine. It just sucks specifically with me and Jack Sparrow, just because like I dressed up as Jack Sparrow. Like I still have that costume. I have those action figures laying around somewhere.
You still play with them a few times.
Of course, all the time.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, like that's just tough. But I don't know. I enjoyed going back and watching those movies. They get bonkers, like off the walls crazy. Like two is like, one is like, oh okay, like I see what you're doing here. Two is like, oh okay, that's like a huge jump. And three, they're completely off the rails. Like it's so bonkers. I can't wait to watch the fifth one, the newest one that came out, because it stars one of the main characters and one of my favorite actresses from the series I was watching on Netflix, Skins. Do you remember when I talked about that?
Yeah.
It started as one of those actors.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
yeah. But yeah, I think that the influence of that first movie is really good. The rest of the series, like, enjoyable, super fun to watch. Off the wall is crazy.
Cool.
It's like Fast and Furious to a certain extent.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been into, I don't know, something about, like, older movies, like set in older time periods, like, I'm not into. Like,
no? Dude, it's pirates.
Like, I don't know.
Pirates are so dope.
I mean, talk to freaking Blessing about that. He hates pirates, but,
what the heck?
I think pirates are fine.
Pirates?
Yeah, I mean, pirates are fine. I'm fine
Pirates
with them.
are
I'm not,
dope,
like, super
dude.
into them. I loved Uncharted 4 and AC4, but I don't think that had anything to do with pirates necessarily.
It had everything to do with pirates. What are you talking about? Come on.
I don't know. Come on. That's why I loved Uncharted 4. Come on.
Pirates are
Come
dope.
on.
Pirates are dope.
I don't know about that. We'll see. Caleb,
Roger.
I'm gonna talk about something I did this week. Hoopla! Sure. I listened to quote unquote just Flower Boy, I guess. That's the official name of Tyler the Creator's new album.
Yes. What do you think of it?
Caleb, it's his best project for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the problem with it, right? Like, I just gotta come out of the gates. Like, he came out pretty, like, or at least people think he came out as gay, in this album.
Did he or did he not?
Tell
me. Give me a yes or no.
In my heart, yeah. But I think that there is room to say that he didn't necessarily. Because he came out and said that one of the main lyrics that people were talking about isn't something that he said. He said something different. Which screws up a lot of people's theories, but also it doesn't at all, because he says, quote unquote, I've been kissing white boys since 2004, you know, things like that. You know what I mean? Like, he says legitimate. And, like, I think that you can't listen to this album or really take out a message out of this album without understanding Tyler's sexuality to a certain extent when you're listening to his album. Like, I hate these dumb think pieces out there that are like, Tyler the Creator is gay. What do we think about him being part of the community? I don't know. He's a gay man.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know. Or maybe he isn't. I don't know. Like, what? Okay, sure. Yeah, he said faggot.
A lot.
Okay?
Like, a lot. Like,
sure.
Sure. All the time.
Sure. He said it all the time. Okay? But he's also a gay man now.
Yeah.
Or he has always been gay, but we just never bothered to, like, ask him.
Yeah.
We just kind of assumed that he was straight for some reason, because that's the society we live
Yeah.
in. Like, I don't know. I think that this is kind of bullshit. We need to stop talking about it. We need to start thinking about it so much, thinking about someone else's sexuality like that. Like, we can't be, like, writing these large things. What do we think about this? Oh my god, Tyler the Creator is gay. Like, sure, he is gay, and that is something that is surprising to a lot of people. Like, it is surprising to me.
Yeah.
It was something that was legitimately it's surprising because the media and a lot of people have painted him as this rampant homophobe. Even though he has his best friend that is Frank Ocean, even though he has legitimately spoken out against homophobia in the hip-hop world a ton, he just has this weird obsession with the word faggot.
Yeah.
Like, that is literally the only thing that has linked him to being a homophobe, necessarily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Tyler, the Creator, is someone that is very much has this front on him a lot of the times, I feel like. You listen to Goblin, you listen to Wolf, he is this outlandish character saying terrible things about, raping women and murdering people and all these crazy things, but that is a facade, clearly.
Yeah.
Tyler, the Creator is not like that. Anyone that has ever, really knew him knows he is a crazy human being, but he is not a violent person.
Yeah.
He has these crazy things he says, but he is just irreverent. That is him. But again, in his music, it comes off like him times 100. This album is not that. It is him scaled back. It is him, of course, being irreverent, saying, these crazy things on Who Dat Boy or whatever. But it is also him expressing who he truly is. Really talking about, and the song Garden Shed, which is the one that everyone's talking about as him coming out, is a song about what he has been going through, that struggle, his friends not understanding who he was, where he was going. That's why Haji Beats, who was part of the Odd Future Collective, is now openly said that he hates him.
Yeah.
And he's blaming a lot of that on him being confused emotionally. And I think this is an important album for him. I think it's an important album for pop culture and hip hop in general. For sure, it's an important album, and I think that we can't. I just hate the way that we just kind of disregarded a lot of the things that he's saying as a joke.
Yeah.
Sure, I get it. He is this person that jokes around a lot, and we can't take him seriously sometimes. But if he's saying in a song as serious as possible that he's ever said in his life, saying things that are basically him coming out of the closet, I think that we should respect that. And I think we should honestly, maybe we shouldn't just hound him about it all the time.
Yeah.
I think that people think that you making a song about your sexuality means that you want to talk about it a lot. That's not true. Just the fact that you've said that you're gay doesn't mean that you have to be this gay activist.
That's
talk
not
about your
identity.
sexuality.
Yeah.
Exactly. His identity is Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah.
His identity is being crazy and being himself, but so happens to, apparently have a boyfriend now. Cool. That's him. Awesome. Cool. It doesn't take the fact that he is saying the same shit that he's always said. So take the fact that he is still creating things that people like. I don't know. It's this weird line we toe that, you become gay, you have to become this gay activist. People really learned real fast about Caitlyn Jenner and how Caitlyn Jenner was supposed to be people are oh, you're this model for the trans community, and Caitlyn Jenner came out is just deeply flawed as a human in a lot of ways, especially with her viewpoints on gay marriage and her endorsement of Trump and stuff. So we have to really maybe not immediately think that someone coming out or openly talking about their sexuality or their identity is necessarily the end all be all. I don't know. The album itself, sorry, going on that rant, is really, really great. Thank you. The album is really, really great. It's his best album, and he produced it all. Awesome, awesome beats. Awesome, crazy beat. He wrote it all. Awesome. Frank Ocean has so dope in it. He has a few songs on it. It's a really dope album. I think everyone should get a listen to it. I think it's gonna be my top 5 for sure albums of the year. It might beat out a few. It might beat out maybe Khalid or something like that.
That's my album of the year.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
It's my number 5 right now. My album of the year right now is Damn, next to 444.
What happened to Saturation?
Oh, that's 3.
Project of the year.
I go back and forth on it. I think Saturation is the best project.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's one of those things where
I look at it, it's totally it has everything you need in the hip hop album, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But I still love damn.
Yeah.
Just because I love Kendrick Lamar and I got to be honest, I'm a dick rider. I love it. I think it's great. I think he's doing some great things. It makes me feel easy.
Amen.
Like I got to be completely honest. Like I'm a stan. Like I'm not gonna lie. And I think 444 is a really amazing album. I think that is like the death of Jay-Z's ego, and you could totally see it. And I think it has awesome music.
Yeah.
And I just think that album is so good. I don't know.
2017's been a crazy year for important hip-hop albums. Between Everybody, Flower Boy, 444, like, those are...
Jay-Z,
like, those are 3 huge albums talking about issues that aren't really spoken about in hip-hop. Like, that's huge.
Did I talk to you about how, the meaning of 444, apparently? Did you see that on Twitter?
No, I haven't.
So, you know what happened with Solange and Jay-Z?
Yes.
So,
I know what happened. I don't know, like... I know that they got in a fight in a elevator or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's video of it.
Yeah, I've seen the video.
The reason why apparently, and he says it in the album, is basically because Solange learned about Jay-Z's infidelity. So, okay, now this is crazy because I can't believe no one figured this out before. The legitimate address of that hotel building is 444.
Dang. All right. There it is.
Yeah, like
there it
like
is.
It's official. Like people called the place, they figured out like that's the actual place he was in, 444, which makes so much sense. The album is just great. I think that's a great album. But Flower Boy is also really great, and Tyler Creator I think is becoming an artist finally.
Yeah.
Which I like. He is not. I always looked at him like when I grew up. Like I grew up, with him. So when I was 7th grade, like he was making music for edgy teenagers, and that's what we were.
Yeah.
Edgy teenagers that were listening to him say the N-word and faggot a lot. Like, awesome. But then he's finally grew with me as an 18-year-old adult now, I guess. Into something that I think is going to be... I think he's a force to be reckoned with now. And I think that now he finally has that one album that, Anthony Fantano gave a 3 his last album.
Yeah.
Now he got an 8.
Nice.
So, I think he is fine. That Anthony Fantano is not the end-all, be-all of music, in my opinion. I agree with him in that fact. But I think that he has clearly shown that he can grow. And I think that he took enough time to grow. So I'm very, very happy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His clothing line, Golfwang, is still the greatest thing ever. That's such an amazing name. And such a Tyler Creator, product.
Yeah.
Golfwang.
And my favorite thing is that he also calls it Flognaw, which is the backwards Golfwang. Just that's it.
Oh, so
it's
good.
just dope. And what is it? He names his record. I'm gonna look it up. Flower Boy credits, because he names his actual production company something hilarious. Let me see. Hold on. Sorry.
I think I've seen this as well.
Yeah. Oh no, that's not it. All right, whatever. We'll figure it out later. I'll figure it out for you. Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, man. Hip hop's dumb, but it's been pretty cool this year.
It's Golfwang Steak. Steak sauce. That is his publishing company. Golfwang Steak Sauce. I love that. That's pretty
wonderful.
Dope.
Man, he's so good.
Yeah.
I saw Spider-Man finally. I've seen it twice now. I haven't seen it since we last recorded. That's how I'll talk about it. You've said it, and I didn't doubt you. It's a very much so a Caleb Scythomal movie.
Yeah.
And in the same way that you just said, Kendrick Lamar, that's your favorite project of the year. It will be that's just your Roger thing. You love Kendrick Lamar, you can't take that away or whatever. That's my same love of this Spider-Man movie, because it is that incredibly John Hughes inspired. And while I feel being a Marvel movie inherently takes away, I think, a lot of the scope of a John Hughes movie, where I feel John Hughes movies are very good at being very small in scope, incredibly good at that. Being a Marvel movie takes that away a lot, but I think they still nail the high school superhero incredibly well.
Yeah.
There are so many fantastic moments in that movie, that both on the like, oh, this is the fun high school John Hughes movie, but then also just great like moments, like just film moments. I love the Ferris Bueller Easter egg. I thought it was.
I thought it was so.
It was incredibly
on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the entire Washington Monument scene. I thought that.
Yeah, I thought that was.
I love it when you have those. You have these superheroes saving people close to them, especially when they don't know about it. I thought that was cool. Karen, whatever her name is. Can we talk about? Is there an awkward sexual tension between Peter Parker and Karen, or is that just me? Like,
Karen, yeah, that's
the AI,
voice,
yeah.
right? Yeah, of course there is. Yeah, that was the whole joke. Yeah, that was the whole joke.
Okay.
Yeah, where she was like in love with him.
Yeah,
or whatever, and it was just like it was great. I loved it.
Like, yeah, all right. Yeah.
And I also love the fact that the real person that played her, I forget her name already. But she's the Vision's wife in real life.
Yeah,
that's
so good. That was great. Everything, that twist is insane. I remember I remember hearing that there was a twist, or you telling me that there was a twist, maybe, or something. But then I was just in the theater. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, good.
And oh my goodness, like that was crazy.
It blows you away. Like, I gasped in the theater, and my girlfriend like was so annoyed. I
don't know.
Like,
yeah,
you don't understand how crazy that is. Like, that doesn't happen.
Everybody in the theater, like I've never seen anything like that. Where I don't know, like, if I just haven't seen a movie with a crazy twist like that in the theater, but like everybody gasped. Like, it was insane, and it was just dead silent for like a solid like 30 seconds. It was crazy, and that whole tension is wonderful. Throughout the night, and especially him going to homecoming or whatever, opening the doors, and then you have the music coming in or whatever.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton is wonderful in that movie.
Oh my god, isn't he the best Marvel villain?
So good.
I thought he was so good. I thought he was the best Marvel villain ever. I think he's like so compelling.
So good. I love the end credits scene with Michael Keaton in prison, not revealing Peter Parker's identity. I thought that was wonderful.
Spoiler.
We're already talking. Sorry if I told you I was going to talk about Spider-Man. I'm sorry. I love everything with the not the Tony Stark costume, the rundown sort of the janky costume. Everything with his friend Ned is wonderful. The I was watching porn line is still like that's really good. Like, I felt like it was kind of uncalled for, and I don't know why. Like, I don't see a situation where that's ever the answer you go with.
Yeah.
Like, give me that scenario 100 times, that's never the line you say. But, like, it was good nonetheless. Like,
I mean, I don't know. Like, I might. Like, I think that's, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, what's worse than, helping a Spider-Man, like Spider-Man, and, like, I think that's, like, equally so that they don't even check. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
Like, if you're like, oh, I'm just browsing the internet, like, oh, let me see your internet history.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like, if you just say porn, like, done.
Yeah.
Like, it's done. Like, you're just suspended,
Yeah.
you're done. Like, it's just, like, you don't even have to think about it.
Yeah, that was Zendaya is wonderful in that movie. I feel like we don't get enough of her, and her character is a very one note. I feel like her weird obsession with Peter Parker, and then at the end,
For sure.
like that, everything with that, very like one note, very, very. I liked it nonetheless.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of her in the future.
Very,
for sure.
yes, very much so.
And we're gonna see. I mean, we're gonna see like in terms of her emotional range and stuff.
Are they actually dating in real life?
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, that whole everything with Happy is great. I like very good. That ending's the final scene where we see like the Iron Man Spider-Man costume. That was crazy.
God.
Like he showed the costume and my mind was like I flipped for that. That was crazy.
I that was another thing where I literally what's it called? I gasped again.
Yeah.
Just like annoyed at me. I'm like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. You don't understand that. But like, did you see it in action in the leaked Infinity War trailer?
Yeah. What? Wait, what did you say?
It was.
I saw the costume was in the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I want to watch it when it's actually there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but like it is more like the new Amazing Spider-Man suit.
Okay.
Than it is like Iron Spider. But it's so like the eyes glow and everything. Oh god, it's so dope. Sorry.
And yeah, the opening of that movie is very strong. That's very much so when it's grounded when he's like helping the guy with the bike or whatever. It's very good.
Yeah.
Melissa Benoist, her Aunt May is very good. I know some people are like mad about it or whatever. I love it.
It's so good.
It's wonderful. And the end,
dude, the
end was crazy.
Dude,
like the whole like that starting from the big twist, there were a lot of like major like crazy things that happened between like the Iron Spider, MJ.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, there were like major props. Like.
Yeah, I think that ending was so perfect, especially for her character and everything. Like, it's just gonna like ramp everything up a little bit. It's just gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see more of that character. I don't think we'll get the same amount of like home life that we did in Civil War in Infinity War, even though I hope so. But I don't.
We're gonna get as much as we got in Civil War, maybe.
That'd be nice. Like I'd like to see how that relationship is with Aunt May, but I'm really just holding out for that second Spider-Man movie.
Honestly, you know what I think it's gonna be? He's probably gonna be like she's like almost punished him.
Yeah.
Like you're not allowed to go there, and then like he's just gonna break out or whatever because he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like and he's just gonna do dope things behind her back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought I agree with you. I agree with you everything. I'm glad you liked the movie a lot.
Tom Holland is the perfect Spider-Man.
I was gonna also say, what do you think about Flash Thompson?
Oh, too good. Like, such a good take on the character. I love that actor. Like, he's so good in everything that he does. That's such a great take on the character. Very modern. Very like. Flash Thompson, like, bullies aren't these, like, super jacked up, like...
Yeah, not anymore.
Like, no.
Especially the science high school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and I go to a school just like that, where it's all just stuck, like, very much so like that. I love his character. I especially love that he was the DJ, because that's, like, the perfect...
douchey
thing.
Yeah. Sorry,
two of my best friends are like the school DJs and whatever. Caleb Fine is a
oh my god,
Caleb Fine and Javier Carlos.
Shout out to Caleb Fine, dude. I want him to DJ my wedding for sure. Yeah,
Caleb's like so. My friend Javier started the business or whatever, and he's very good at the business side of thing. Javier has like the DJ like Caleb's very good at mixing. Caleb like I'll give him credit where credit's due. But yeah, like I love that Flash was the DJ like that. That was good.
Yeah, I thought that was dope.
Yeah, that movie is very good. Very, very good. I loved it through and through. I couldn't stop smiling. Like that was a great film.
I liked it a lot too. I think it's an amazing film.
Yes.
Hey. I think it's spectacular.
Hey. I thought it was amazing.
I said amazing before already, Caleb. You jerk.
I thought it was ultimate. Beat you to it.
That was good.
Beat you to it.
That was good. Yeah. That was good. Talking about Caleb.
Yes.
Melissa Benoist, right? That's her name.
Right. Melissa Benoist is Supergirl.
No. What'd you say then?
Marissa Tomei. Sorry. I was.
Oh, you said.
I was watching. Have you seen the W Magazine? The W Magazine screen tests. Where so I guess, but like they just have these actors watch it. There's one with Kanye that's amazing. I'll send you a link. Where they have these actors just sit in front of a camera, and I guess they're just like screen testing or whatever, but they just ask them like, tell us about your career, like, like how'd you get started? Explain it, just talk in front of the camera or whatever. And I've been watching a ton of those lately. There are great ones with like Chris Evans, Emma Stone has a good one. Emma Watson has a great one. My favorite one's James Franco though, and I have the one with Melissa Benoist open. Marissa Tomei, my bad.
Oh, Mrs. Tomei. Yeah. Gotcha. But speaking about Marissa Tomei, she was in The Big Short.
She is?
I watched that.
I'm gonna watch that movie now.
Big Short is so freaking good.
Good. It's on my list.
Dude, I think that movie is so great.
Watch Spotlight. Tell me which one's better.
Yeah, I need to watch Spotlight. I think I'm gonna watch it tonight. Honestly,
that movie's so good. Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, that's actually. Let's do it. Yeah. So, dude, Big Short is so good because it is. So the whole thing, of course, if you don't know what it is, it's about a group of people that got rich off of the 2008 housing crisis because they saw it all coming. And it is directed by Adam McKay, who directed Step Brothers and, tons of different Will Ferrell comedies. And I feel like this movie has comedy in it, and it is a comedic film in a lot of ways, right? But it really becomes a drama and a really heart-wrenching film in the last act. And it works perfectly.
Great.
And I think this movie kind of almost got shit on a little bit because it is not as dramatically intense as the other Oscar nominees that year. I think that movie was lumped in, especially it was nominated as a comedy, which it isn't. It is not a comedy. It is a drama, it was not even a dark comedy. It is a drama. It is a drama, and it really does the whole housing crisis and dealing with these complicated topics in an amazing way, in a way that's almost like Spider-Man, right? Like, or Deadpool or something, where they break the fourth wall on. Where they're looking at the thing, and you've heard that before. Where like, hey, they literally say like, I know you don't understand what the hell is going on right now, and you shouldn't because this is all bull crap. Here's a famous person to tell you exactly what's going on. Like, they literally break the fourth wall. Here is yada yada. I'm not even gonna spoil it because it's great. Like, here is, let's say, Kendrick Lamar to tell you exactly why this is bullshit and what's going on in simplest terms. And which is really dope, and they don't do it too much. They only do it 3 times during the movie, and it's great, and it works exactly when you need it to work. Like, there's a part where I was like, okay, I literally said, what is going on? And then at that moment, they're like, oh, here is blah, blah, blah to explain. I was like, cool, dope. So they had that aspect, but it also, I think they had that aspect just to clarify with the viewer and really get that knowledge, but then they have that while you're like joking around, you're like, oh, it's just a fun movie about people making money, then they hit you with like the drama and like with how heartbreaking this is and how much of a fake world Wall Street is and like how much of a legitimate bubble is going on. Talking about the housing bubble that was created in 2008 whatever, like this, like, Wall Street is its own type of bubble that popped at the same time. And it also has this great dramatic irony, of course, because we all know as viewers that what's going to happen. We all know that these people are right and everyone else is wrong. But we have to kind of endure them failing and not really getting what they want, or people not listening to them. And that is also really frustrating and amazing to watch as a viewer, because we know the ramifications of what they're doing. We know the ramifications of people not being reckless with their choices. And it just has a really great message behind it that is really depressing at the same time. And my favorite part of it is that they have these great actors that have they really have these great 3 separate stories going on in the movie that technically coincide but don't really, which is great. Like, they really are 3 separate stories that just happen at the same time coincidentally, and they don't necessarily meet, which is great. I think that is the best part of it. Like, the fact that you have Brad Pitt's story, you have Christian Bale's story, you have what's it called? You have Steve Carell's story, but they don't mix. And they all feel like one story, though. Which is great. So yeah, I think that the movie is fantastic, and I just watched it on a whim because it was on Netflix, and I'm glad I did. It's a fantastic thing. Also, I forgot to mention this before. Dope is getting off Netflix August. So watch that while you can. If this is up before August 1st. But yeah, that's it. Big Short is dope.
You mentioned Kendrick Lamar popping up to explain like finances and stuff like that. How do you feel about Kendrick Lamar being featured on Lonely Island YOLO music video?
I think it's dope. I watched that music video a while ago as a kid, and I didn't like when it came out, and I didn't know who this Kendrick Lamar fellow was. I was like, he was just like rapping about like mortgages and stuff. I was like, all right, whatever. But like, that's so dope now that I think about it. And Kendrick Lamar is the beast. He's the goat. And how do you feel that Adam Levine and Kendrick Lamar? That was their first collaboration, and they created the masterpiece that is that random song that everyone forgot already.
Man, yeah.
Huh. Shout out to Lonely Island.
Yeah, I love Lonely Island.
What was it? The Michael Bolton?
Yes,
Jack
yeah,
Sparrow?
that's
so
probably
good.
my favorite.
Did you ever see? I need to watch it. Did you ever see the Valentine special of Michael Bolton?
No.
I think it was directed by the Lonely Island.
Yes.
It's so dope. It is so
so
dope. Apparently, it looks awesome.
Sick.
I actually watch that too. I think it's on my watch list.
Man, I'm not gonna. This won't be my subject, but I tried watching Tropic Thunder on Netflix the other day.
Why? I mean, why didn't you?
I could only get halfway through that movie. No, that movie is trash.
What?
That movie's trash. Like it's like I was offended like watching that movie.
Why?
Do you like that movie?
Yeah.
No, try watching it. It's so bad.
No, I like that movie. Are you offended by the blackface?
No, I thought I thought they had some really good jokes with that. When Robert Downey Jr. was like said something about like we, and then you had the actual black guy. Like, what do you mean we? Like I thought that was good. Like
I think that is the fact that people are offended by that is annoying.
Like
I think that was totally perfect. The way they handled that.
But like Ben Stiller playing like an autistic man, like that's where it really like I couldn't like I love Ben Stiller. Like I love Ben Stiller so much, and he's like jacked in that movie, which is kind of crazy.
No, but here's the problem with that is that I think you gotta look at it a different way. Is that they're making fun of the people that would actually do that. The people that actually do that. The people that would do a movie in blackface and think it's all right. The people that legitimately play, people that are autistic or have mental problems and portray them in shitty ways. You know what I mean? That is a problem, and Tropic Thunder is making fun of those people because they're all stupid and idiots. That's I mean, sure, maybe you don't like the comedy or whatever, but like I understand you would being offended, but like for me, I've always seen that's why I'm so happy that that didn't ruin Robert Downey Jr.'s career.
How is that the movie you try to come back with?
I know, but I'm so down with it because like I think that movie really is like a perfect it shows perfectly like how actors like couldn't go too far. How actors can think that they're really doing something really beautiful and heart-wrenching, but they're really not. They're just being shitty human beings that don't understand what's going on in the world. And what's it called with Jack Black or whatever being like super hopped up on drugs all the time. Like what's it called Al Pacino or whatever, and he's just like secretly gay or whatever. Like it's just like I think that movie's a really fantastic just play on the shittiness of white Hollywood.
Right.
I think it's great.
All right.
I don't know. I completely get it, though. I'm sorry for interrupting your shit.
No. I'm glad that you like that movie.
Yeah.
I couldn't finish it. No. I might try to go back and watch. Well, it was because going into it, I expected like a real like a real war movie. Like I didn't know it was a comedy going into it.
Really? You didn't know that? That's
because
funny.
As a little kid, I watched a bit of it on TV. Like my mom was right there,
and you saw like the head falling off or whatever.
And I saw them, get dropped down. And I thought like it was a movie about just these actors like actually getting lost in a war and like what happened. And I was like, oh, Robert Downey Jr., Ben Stiller, like this movie's gonna be dope. Yeah. And I watch it and like. It's just bonkers, like off the wall. Like Robert Downey Jr. is playing a black man. Like, all right, that's a crazy movie. But no, I want to talk about Pyre, the new Super Giant Games game. That's a very good game. It is a combination of NBA Jam meets. with like the strategy of Hearthstone meets
NBA Jam, the remake.
Yeah.
Meets
And like it's a visual novel with like with Banner Saga-esque choices. And it's a very bold game. It's confident in what it does.
Sure.
It's like, I don't know how that's a game you make, and it could only be made by them. Like, I don't think any other studio greenlights a game like that. It's very different from anything I've played, but incredibly good. And it takes a while to pick up. For a while there, it felt pretty like drawn out, pretty like the story wasn't captivating at all. It was kind of just like bland. It was just so there. You play as you're this team, kind of, and you're so there's this big city called the Commonwealth or whatever, and people get banished and they're sent into like this outside world or whatever, and then you can be these you can gather as like these teams in the outside world and play in these games called rights and RITES and win your way back into joining the city again, earning your way back. And so you play you're playing these games and you're traveling from game to game, and like you get a bit of story in between, but it just felt like I didn't get enough gameplay, and it was kind of slow to start. Like the story wasn't captivating me, but then it, like, especially really recently, it's picking up like a ton, and you can turn on like these difficulty things, and first, like, I don't really try to brag like about video games. Like, I don't think I'm that great at very many video games. I am very good at Pyre. I've been turning on all those difficulty settings and whatever, and I am going off. It's very fun. I'm having a very good time with the gameplay. The gameplay is incredible. Like, I wish, and they talked about, they have multiplayer, but it's only local multiplayer or whatever. And they talked about adding online multiplayer, but it would just be too much for the studio. They only have 12 people in the credits.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And so they just couldn't do online multiplayer.
Yeah. And
like that's kind of disappointing, and they don't have anything like that in the works. But the gameplay itself is incredible. But then the story, especially recently, has started to pick up like insanely so. At first I didn't feel like my choices mattered, but now, like, you can only send, so you're gathering like these people, you have this team, but you can only send 3 people into each right, and so like you can get different story things based on who's in each right, and then whether you win a right or you lose like can change the story. And like I had this one time where I had a character be like, oh man, I don't want to win this right, like I kind of want to throw it because of like a personal vendetta or whatever. Like, there's some crazy, like some very good story moments there. There's some great choices, and at first they didn't feel like they had any impact, and there's still tons of choices that have no impact on the story at all. But then there are some that just like that feel super influential. It's very good. Super bold, super confident, beautiful, super colorful, and that gameplay is crazy good.
I don't know if I'll ever play it, but I'm happy that you like it. You know what I mean? I think it's a very much you game. I think I don't know. I still don't get a grasp of what the game is. Yeah, still.
And
I gotta watch it.
I watched like all when they announced it. I watched that trailer. I watched like people playing it and stuff, and I didn't understand it until I actually played it. And I still don't know if you'd like it or whatever, because like the visual novel part of it, especially at the beginning, it's just tough to get through. Yeah. But then eventually it is so ramped up now that like I can't stop. But yeah, I don't know how much you'd like it, but it's very good. Very, very good.
Alright. I'll give it a chance. Never. I mean, whenever it's on. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm happy you like it.
Yeah, it's very good.
I hope it does well. Those guys are really great.
Yeah, that they are.
Caleb.
Roger.
I watched Dunkirk last night.
Such a good movie.
So Dunkirk.
Yes.
It is a movie by Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan.
Yep.
Christopher Nolan. But it is. But no, it's. I went into this movie knowing really. I'd only seen the first trailer.
Yep, same. And
I knew kind of what it's about. Not really. I honestly thought that it was about the World War II battle on what's
Normandy?
it called? Normandy.
All right. Well.
Yeah, I kind of went in thinking that. I was just because I saw in the first trailer it saw all those people ducking.
Yeah.
And I thought they were on like a what's it called? They're
on a beach.
Going on
yeah.
to Normandy. Yeah, I thought they were going on Normandy. So I was like, oh, okay, because that's been done before a million times. I went to this movie really knowing nothing, really just like kind of like we're celebrating 1 year anniversary. So I was just like, okay, I want to go shopping for the first half of the day. What do you want to do? And I was like, well, I want to go watch Dunkirk because I guess that was like the best thing out there, and Caleb really loved it. So I trusted him, and we went there, and we walked out of there, and we fell in love with the movie. Like, absolutely fantastic in every single way. I think that movie, and I guess we can talk about that. But like when I walked out of the movie, there was a mix. I won't spoil anything, but there is a mess around with time. In this movie, there is playing of time, like a lot of Christopher Nolan movies do. Yeah. And Jess walked out of it, and I was like, hey, so what do you think about the time thing? And she says, I don't know what you're talking about. Like it. That's not like a hurt. It's just like if you're not looking for it, you don't really expect it because you're just going into this movie. You don't know nothing about anything. Like in terms of like the director, like you wouldn't expect it, or you wouldn't even notice it. Like you just think that you're like maybe a bit confused. Yeah. But like there is this amazing mixture of use of time. The sound effects.
Oh
Holy
my goodness!
crap.
Did you watch that
sound...
Vox Media video? I think they had.
Yes, I watched it before I saw the movie, and that made everything even better. Like. It is so good, but like even like the gunshots, the so sound loud. This movie is so freaking loud, and I didn't like it at first because I was like, oh, why is it so loud? Oh, wait a minute, my heart's racing. Oh, we're lit? Good. Okay, awesome. And like it's just such an amazing. It's such an amazing use of all the new technology we have. A mixture of great camera design, camera uses, cinematography, CGI to a certain point. We have a great usage of sound design, digital sound, like all these amazing things. And I think that this is the perfect purely war movie that I've seen. I haven't seen many, but this is a perfect war movie. Like it is literally, sure, you don't get to know these characters necessarily. Isn't that campfire scene, right? But we do get to experience at least what they're going through. And almost we get to see them through the lenses of war and how they're humans behind that, and how they're not like these necessarily people like, I want to go war. Like they are trying to, they're literally, the whole thing about this is that they're just trying to leave. Like they're trying to get out of this place. They don't want to die. Like they're all frightened. They're all scared. They're trying to connive and get the hell out of there. And they're all like, they become savages at a certain point. And I think that's kind of beautiful, like in a certain way, like the way that we're able to see how these people react in these terrible, terrible conditions, and how they're all just a bunch of kids that were drafted. And how do I say this? But yeah, I just thought the movie was just a really fantastic film, and I guess I could bring it up because I tweeted this out, and I got I got a few people that didn't.
You were looking for it. You were looking for it. Don't test me.
I mean, sure, that's fine. I don't care. People were like legitimately like talking down to me. I was like, all right, dude, chill out. But like I said that I think that Dunkirk is a better movie than Saving Private Ryan, and I saw Saving Private Ryan fairly recently. I saw it literally a few months ago, like May. I saw it in film study class. So granted, I was not watching it as one long piece. I saw it over 3 days. Yeah. Sure, I totally get that. That can ruin experience. Yeah. But it also gives me time to think about the movie. Yeah. And look at it. and really see like what's going on and what I don't like about the movie, what I like about the movie. I think the camera work's amazing. I think that the editing is fantastic. I think that the initial storming of Normandy is great. I think that the one long shot of them running in the rain and the use of sound design with the rain pedaling down on their heads and gunfire is fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it is a really well shot film. I think it sucks that it played so heavily on the melodrama. I think that the movie is so melodramatic to the point where it is annoying. Like I don't know. I think that I'm not necessarily. I mean, sure, I think they're very different movies, and I get it.
Yeah.
But I think that. But even when I stopped watching that movie, I turned to my friends. I was like, I thought it just laid so heavily. Like it just laid so heavily on about like just like oh sadness, oh death, yeah, like it's just like oh my mom would kiss me at night every night, like it just laid so heavily onto this just making you kind of sad and like oh patriotic and stuff. Like I think the movie was at its best when it was doing the war films, the war parts, when they were angry at each other. When I remember there's that one scene where there was a legit confrontation between two soldiers, the higher up and the person below them, and they were just like, he was like, I'm done with this, screw you, I'm done with you. Like that, those were the moments that I felt characterized the people more than the campfire scene or whatever, more than literally. I still don't like the fact that the movie ends and starts with the older Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I gotta be honest. Like I think it's so melodramatic. Like oh now he's crying at the thing. Like I get it, but then also I think the movie would have been so much better without that. With literally just like I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a dick about things, but I think that Dunkirk portrays war. It portrays what it should be, like in terms of like what you're going for. I think that Saving Private Ryan had those moments, but then it just ruined it with legit like just melodrama, like things I would see in a Lifetime movie. That's how I look at it. But then again, I don't know shit, so whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, Dunkirk's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the movie. I still haven't stopped thinking about it. I saw it Tuesday night. That movie it's phenomenal. They're two very different movies. One is character driven and one is event driven. Don't get me wrong, Dunkirk says a lot about people, I guess. But it is an event-driven movie. There are no more than 5 minutes, if that, of spoken dialogue. Tom Hardy plays one of the biggest characters in that movie and talks maybe 5 lines.
He talks more than everyone else because he's just talking to a radio.
Yeah. Also, Tom Hardy's a beast. Can we talk about like?
Oh my god!
Like, somewhat spoilers for the movie. No, definitely spoilers for the movie. Can we talk about that scene when he runs out of gas, and then suddenly they're about to get bombed, and then you're like, oh, you already assume Tom Hardy's out of the picture, and then he comes back and takes that guy out. Like,
yeah.
That was dope.
It was dope.
Yeah, I think both movies are incredible. Both very different. I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan recent enough to say which one I like more. Dunkirk is a pretty movie. Like Dunkirk.
Oh, definitely. Oh my god.
Have you seen The Revenant yet?
No.
So I think both movies I feel like are very similar to each other, Dunkirk and The Revenant. I think that The Revenant is more like The Revenant like kind of like gets in its face about like, oh, look how pretty this movie's pretty.
Yeah.
Like, come on guys, this movie is so pretty. And I feel like Dunkirk gets close to that territory, but never fully there.
Yeah.
But both movies are practices in tension, and they both have those. Both movies have slow parts, or not slow parts, but parts where there isn't much going on, and yet you walk out of the theater feeling incredibly like you finish that movie and it's super tense. Like you like thinking back to Dunkirk, like that movie is one of the most intense things there was, or intense films I've ever seen. But yeah, there were still plenty of moments where it was incredibly just relaxed and it's just good pacing. And I think The Revenant is very much so the same practice. And both are incredibly beautiful. The Revenant kind of like it pats itself on the back a bit too much about it. But at a certain point, it kind of deserves it.
Sure.
Yeah, but I can't. Dunkirk's phenomenal. I can't get enough of it. I want to watch it again. I don't know if I'll find the time to go out and see it again, because once I realized the whole nonlinear storytelling, the whole everything that was going on with time, like that was crazy. I think I first saw it when you get the guy they rescue from the plane.
Yeah, and you see him
and then
again.
you see him in the
That's
boat,
what I noticed.
and I was like, "Holy cow!" This is complete.
Oh, I gotta be completely honest. For a lot of these people kind of look the same to me, and like
Very much
honestly,
so. There are
like,
lots of white dudes with very nice hair. They all have great hair.
Exactly, and they're all British, and it's just like, and it's not nothing to do with like racism or anything. It's just like it's a time period piece, so it has to be like that. So, but like the only reason like I understand who some of the people were is because like Harry Styles.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's Harry Styles. Okay, that's not Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. But yeah, so that's when I saw that I was confused if I was just being crazy
no,
or
because
they just looked the same.
I knew it because that was the guy that played Scarecrow. And I was like, I recognized it instantly. I was like, holy cow! And I like tapped my friend on the side. That was super good. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I get it. Saving Private Ryan and Dunkirk, different movies. I totally get it. And they have different, as you said, pacing and thematic stuff. Like they're different. They're character pieces and stuff. I get it. But I still think that Saving Private Ryan lays on really heavy with a lot of their dramatic stuff. I think it's really, really cliche in a lot of places. Maybe they created that cliche.
Yeah, I think that Saving Private Ryan like at the forefront of that cliche to a certain extent. And
but I think for me watching it in 2017 for the first time, it felt very cliche and it didn't age well. In that sense, I think the filmmaking is great. I think that a lot of the tension's great. I think that the ending is phenomenal, like the actual ending of the film, not the old man crying. Like that, the actual ending is fantastic. With like them slowly all dying is depressing and terrible. But I still think that Dunkirk does it better. I think that Dunkirk does the things that Saving Private Ryan does really amazingly. I think it does it better. Maybe not the character work. I think that some of the character work Dunkirk does worse, because I think that honestly, talking about a little bit spoilers here. Spoilers. I didn't, for some reason, I didn't like that kid.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really cared for him. Like, he's got he got on the boat, he got pushed, he died. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, and I think that the problem is that the movie is so not about characters.
Yeah, so that you couldn't
necessarily
get anything out of
the fact that he's dying and then he's just like, no one ever liked me. I was not good in school. It's just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, cool. I care about you, I guess. Like, I think that he could have been done without, but it doesn't matter. I think it did add to a lot, apparently, especially with the guy with the blonde-haired hardy boy over here looking kid. When he looked over to the guy and he's like, he's gonna be all right. He's like, yeah, he'll be good. Yeah, don't worry about it. Like that adds a lot to it. There is a lot of those moments. Again, like I think that like that's why I think Dunkirk really pushes it above, in my mind, in rankings at least. But apparently, I guess I'm a little kid, doesn't know shit. I guess I'm stupid. And I guess I'm just a little boy. All right, whatever. Guess I don't have an opinion on film.
I would be happy to agree with you. I just haven't seen Saving Private Ryan recently enough. Can we talk about how Dunkirk is like, except for maybe The Dark Knight and like the only like Christopher Nolan movie with like a good ending. Like, I haven't seen every Christopher Nolan movie, but like he has a problem with endings. Okay, I think that's safe to say.
Sure. Yeah, especially Interstellar.
Memento, while mind blowing, I didn't care for.
I liked it.
I don't care for the themes. I don't care for the message she was trying to say.
I mean, Inception's a dope ending.
Inception's cool, I guess, but like it's still like, I don't know. I think Dunkirk did it better than any other, except for maybe The Dark Knight. Did it better than any other.
Yeah, I think the ending was really solid on this one.
Yeah.
It was happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, except for maybe Hardy.
Yeah. But I still think that was a good, like, his ending was great. I thought that was great.
Yeah. Yeah, the movie's fantastic. Go watch it. I think it is clearly a movie that he's been working on for a while. He said he's been working on for this a while. Writing this for years. So, like, I think that we should totally support this. I'm glad this movie's doing awesome.
Yeah.
And did you see that reaction of the one of the original Dunkirk soldiers who watched it?
I saw the article pop on my Twitter. I've yet to read it.
No, he's just a video of it.
Oh, okay.
And he's freaking out about it. He thought it was fantastic. He thought it was beautiful and terrible, and it just really captured what was going on there.
That's wonderful.
And I thought that was great.
Cool.
Yeah. I think it's a show. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Also, we didn't mention. Also, we should have mentioned. Captain Marvel was talked about a little bit more.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the Kree, right? That's the bad guys in that movie.
Yeah, the Skrull or whatever.
Which is
Skrull,
whatever. That's gonna be dope. That's cool. Apparently, they're shape-shifting dudes, and the movie's gonna be set in the '90s, which is good. I'm excited.
Yeah, Samuel L.
I'm excited for that
Jackson
movie.
with both eyes.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Maybe we see how he loses his eye.
Ooh.
Maybe a Kree pops it out.
Yeah. What do you know?
What do you know? Caleb,
Roger?
where can we find you?
You can find me at Caleb_talks on everything. CalebTalks.com. Haven't written anything. I actually wrote a piece about bonus points. When we got on iTunes, I was like, I wrote a piece talking about how far we've come. It's almost been 3 years now. And so just writing how getting it on iTunes is something we've talked about since the beginning. And just how just a short little thing. I completely forgot to publish it. But it
you don't
happened.
like me.
But keep weather out. Keep a weather eye on the horizon.
Weather eye on the horizon.
Do you know what that's from, Roger?
No.
It's a famous line from Pirates of the Caribbean. See, now,
fine.
I'm going to explain it to you. Because you have Orlando Bloom's character. And you have, I forget who plays the female in that franchise.
Yeah.
But you have the two of them, and they're in love, madly in love. The whole trilogy's about their love.
Yeah, you can find me rajformer.com,
Roger.
What?
So she's in prison.
Oh my god.
And they're both in prison. But he gets to go out, and he has to get the compass from Jack Sparrow. And she has to stay in prison, but he tells her, keep a weather eye on the horizon. But that was the second movie. Then you get the third movie, and then Orlando Bloom's character, he has to go away he has to leave for 10 years, but he can return to shore one day every 10 years. And
Orlando Bloom?
Yeah, Orlando Bloom. And so they have their one night together or whatever, where they're finally married, and right before he leaves, he says, keep a weather eye on the horizon.
Okay, cool. Caleb.
Roger.
Bonus points is done. Bye-bye.
Thank you.